Are you walking toward your dreams, or are you walking in the shadows of someone else's? This is a question that I had to ask myself many months ago before I started this journey. There's an expectation of family, friends, society, and the list goes on of what other people's expectations are for their life, but they also have an expectation for your lives. And, as humans, we want to be part of a community. So we may buy into that idea that we need to follow someone else's path, someone else's dream. And if we don't do that, then we might not fit in. It's okay to not fit in. It's completely fine. As a matter of fact, if you are not born conjoined, meaning you have another person physically attached to you, then you have the power to go in your own direction, to pursue your own dreams, to walk the path to the you that you envision every single day. That person is in there. It's not a mistake that you keep thinking, man, I want better for myself. I want better for myself. It's not by mistake. That's by design. Don't ignore that. That's your power. And when you let someone else silence your dreams in order to live their projection out, you're losing your power. You're giving it up to those people. And that doesn't benefit you in the long run. Because when you get older, you'll have so much time for daytime TV and regret. It's a fact. Unless you didn't prepare for the future, and you'll likely be greeting people at a big box store if they still exist. My particular journey is about preparation, consistency, and forward thinking. I'm no longer under the shackles of societal norms and what everybody has their template of me to be. That version of me is gone. It's been deleted, thrown in the recycle bin, and the trash has been emptied. I'll never be able to get them back. And I'm so grateful for that. But that comes from growth. That comes from being unapologetically me. From saying no to situations that I just don't want to be in without feeling any type of remorse, because you know what? We have the power to say no if we don't want to do something, instead of just going along with the flow to make someone else happy. There's nothing wrong with that. We're taught, we need to just say yes and be a yes man and, do what other people are doing and be part of a community, a part of a clique. It's not necessary. The best progress you're ever going to make is by yourself, working on yourself. That's the best marked progress you'll be able to make. I think the biggest rewards of this particular journey is I get to see the results in the mirror. I get to look at pictures from the past and see I'm a completely different person. And that person is a shell of who I am now. It's amazing. It's amazing what consistency can do. And making a decision to really, truly show up for yourself and live your own dream. What happens when you give yourself that permission? What happens when you break free from that circle and stop living someone else's dream, stop living in someone else's shadow? If you wanted to start a business, but you're waiting on a friend or family member because they said they'd give you some funding, and a year or 2 years has passed by, it's probably not going to happen. Waiting for the perfect time is the worst thing that we can do. The reason? Because nothing is ever perfect. That time will never come. And what you'll find is when you have that time to reflect after those years have passed and you think, I wonder what could have been, you realize you just could have started. And even if you failed, you'd be farther ahead than you are now, wondering what might have happened. Today is day number 187 of walking 24,000 steps a day. That equates to 12 miles per day. It's over 6 months. A lot of people here on YouTube, they try it out for a week. They try it out for 30 days. I'm just going with my own flow. I'm going to do it until I get to realize the physical fitness that I want to realize. Yesterday, I had 24,084 steps, and it was quite a bit hectic. I was working on finally getting my home studio set up the way that it needs to be, and I'm not done yet. I had to edit some videos. I actually edited one this morning. That's why you see me with sunglasses on, because it will get bright. But I'm on that path. 187 days of consistency. I promise you, you'll find a very small amount of people, for one, that are this consistent, but two, that are displaying their journey. You see, I don't care about what someone else thinks about me. It does not matter to me anymore. It used to matter. I used to be probably obsessed with how other people viewed me. And I didn't realize it was limiting me so much. Just trying to fit in. I don't have a hard time fitting in. I can talk to anybody and spark up a conversation. And in 5 minutes, you'd think that person and I had known each other our whole life. But this particular chapter of my life, this is the self-improvement chapter. This is the time before age 39, before age 40, where I'm going to become the best version of myself. And every single year, I'm going to peel away a layer and become even better and become even better. I'm not here to sit and go with the flow. I'm not here to go out and have drinks with the boys. That chapter is ended. It's done. That book has been burned. I don't desire that stuff anymore. I want the life that I have envisioned since I was a small child. You don't draw a small house when you're a kid. You draw a big house with a bunch of windows. Probably a lot of dogs and cats and cars. That's the life that I desire. It's not just about the things, it's about achieving goals that I set out to achieve. And that's going to be just something so incredible. I'm not the hugest fan of getting out on the later side, but I do still get to enjoy my civil twilight, which I'll show you here. It's just one of those rewards that are priceless to me. It's almost like getting that gold star when you're a kid in class for showing up, for doing a good job at something. That's my gold star I get to see every morning. It is the biggest reward, and I'm forever grateful for it. Just love the opportunity to be able to get out here, walk, improve myself every single day, and spread a positive message. We've got enough negativity. It's a good idea to mute that stuff. If someone is just bringing you their negative BS all the time, I don't want to consider disconnecting from that person. The holiday, Thanksgiving holiday passed, Christmas is coming up. Some people have extended amounts of time off. This is a time now, especially if you're in your 30s or 40s and you're still hanging on to relationships just because, but they don't add anything, any value. You're not growing together. You feel like there's a ball and chain on your ankle from that person or that relationship. Might be time to let it go, because that could be the very relationship that's stopping you from becoming the best version of yourself. Until you realize that, though, life will always be the same. This channel here is about self-improvement. My journey to self-improvement is through walking, through getting my debt paid off. Just paid off another credit card yesterday. And it stings to send $2,000, $4,000, $5,000 to a company, but I realize this is part of my journey of self-improvement. It stings just a little bit less because I can see light at the end of the tunnel. Like, I realize now I'm not in that same cycle of I'm going to pay this off and then I'm going to buy something else with it so that I have a balance again. And I can pay some more interest to these companies that are worth billions, if not trillions of dollars. Finally breaking free from that. It's a feeling I can't even explain, because I know once these debts are gone, my necessities, what I actually need, changes. Then I do get to go to different locations just for filming. I wouldn't even have to work there. You know, the whole picture of my life changes if I stop living by the societal norm. You know, what their demands are and their standards are doesn't apply to me. I'm living my life for me. So look, it's another freezing cold day, but I'm out here because I demand something different of myself. I demand a better life, and I will realize that life. Today is day 187. Wait till you see me on 287, 387, and so on. You're gonna say, wow, man, this guy really is sticking with it. What am I waiting for? And I'm not saying you need to follow my path. I'm just trying to encourage you to get out of your own way and get started on something. We all have that one thing in the back of our mind that we say, man, I wish I could just get this going. And when you realize that you're the only roadblock, it changes everything. When you just step out of your way and let yourself pass, take that first step, and you get to the 10th step and the 100th step, life will be drastically different. As I stated yesterday in my Road to Monetize video, I am nearing 100 videos. And after that 100 videos, 100 days of showing up, consistently posting, I'm going to be switching to a different model where I have more of a focus on editing, topics, writing, all that good stuff, because I only want to bring you guys the best possible content that I can. And, you know, this right here, all of this content, there's some of it that's really great. There's some of it that needs some work, and I understand that. But I'll be able to go back and watch these videos in the future when I am great at this. And I'll be able to say, hey, I put the work in, and that's why I'm here. I'm going to leave you with this. I have essentially mastered my trade, which is low voltage. That's the installation of TVs, speakers, data cabling, cameras, electrical. I'm literally at the point where I can charge whatever I want. Like whatever I want. $300, $400, $500 an hour or more. Because I took the time to master this skill. And this was built on the back of starting off disconnecting people's cable. And I was always a person that if someone asked me if I could do something, I just said, yeah. And I went and figured it out. And I came back and did it. And here we are. Now, any problem that's presented to me, I can go out and fix. And I am paid handsomely for it. But it is because I earned it. Don't get it twisted. I'm not a lucky person like that. I put the time in, just like I'm putting the time into these walks. This is 3.5 to 4 hours every single morning. Cold, hot, it doesn't matter. The pain of staying the same was so great for me. It hurt so bad. It's like walking on a bed of coals, slowly letting them burn my feet. That kind of walking on coals. The pain of staying the same was that great. So the pain of change was nothing. And here I am, 187 days deep. When are you going to start your journey? When are you going to stop living in the shadows of someone else's dream? When are you going to stop building someone else's dream by going to a job that you hate, that you profess that you hate, on the way to and on the way from work, at the end of the week at the bar with your friends? When is enough enough? Ask yourself that question. I'm going to think about it too today, because there's still some things in my life that I desire to change, and I absolutely will. Stacking habits on habits on habits, and it has been so rewarding. So until tomorrow, day 188, I'm Brandon Alexander, and I'd like to thank you for watching today. Now go out and do something great for yourself.